Alright, I'm going to make a video now of assuming that I had not used the matrix eater before. How does the matrix eater's import function actually work? I want to talk about this a little bit because it's so complicated that I don't think I could cover it in one video, but I could give you an impression of what it actually does. So let's say I opened up the matrix eater and I was going to look at Arthas, right? I've already extracted Arthas using Magos' tool and saved him on my computer. So here is the Arthas model. I've got Arthas. Now let's say, I don't know why, right? It's a random assumption here. I wanted to import Frostworm. I'm going to do an import of a Frostworm. Now this thing pops up, say I'd never seen this before, right? I mean, there's a lot of cool little pictures. You can definitely see there's things to do with Arthas and things to do with Frostmourne and a lot of buttons. But let's just click finish. I mean, what does import actually do, right? Now I've got Arthas, and I've got Arthas standing on a Frostworm. It looks pretty cool. So let's save Arthas standing on a Frostworm. And we're going to call this my custom model, right? And now if you watch my other video on how to hack the matrix eater so that you can open it at the same time as Magos' software, you should be able to go to wherever your Magos' viewer is. I'm going to do that right now. And open Magos' War3 model editor without any trouble. And from here, I'm going to open... gotta navigate to the right folder. Oh, wrong folder. Find my custom model.mdl that I just made. Look at that. It's Arthas on a Frostworm, right? And now his animations, normally Arthas has, Arthas' attack and Arthas' swing, and the Frostmourne has the Frostworm's breath. So you can see here what this did is it combined both of these models, and it combined both of their animations. Now I have a model that has all of both of their animations, and we have Arthas' animations where the Frostworm just sits there doing nothing, and also Frostworm animations where Arthas sits there doing completely nothing, with no data about what he does. So let's say, maybe I was going to try again at this import and do something more interesting, because I didn't really like how there's this Arthas standing there doing nothing, static Arthas, whatever you call that, right? So let's do Arthas import Frostworm again. Now this time I'm going to try out a button. Invisibility, we have all invisible and exotic anims. That sounds kind of weird, but the little description here, let's get that again. I like that description. Forces everything to always be invisible in animations other than their own original animations. So if I click this button, and then I click finish, boom, now I did an import. We're going to save as my custom model 2. Right, let's see this one. So, now if I open my custom model 2, this model, we have Arthas and we have the Frostworm combined in the same model, right? If I go to like dissipate, we see Arthas, and if I go to spell slam, we see a Frostworm. So conceptually, this would allow you with this what I just did to make a Arthas sort of like the bear druid that could morph into a Frostworm. Unfortunately, all the Frostworm's animations are still named what they were named before, because the Matrix Eater really loves keeping things the way they already were, right? We have Death and Death. They're both called Death. Arthas is Death and Frostmourne Death, Frostworm Death. So, what if we wanted to have Arthas actually alternate and then do like stand alternate to be a Frostworm, right? Matrix Eater has a button for that too. So, I'm going to open Arthas. I'm going to import a Frostworm. I'm going to do our all invisible and exotic anims button that I did before so that they turn invisible in the others animations for the two of them. Now I'm going to go into the animations tab, right? Because I want the Frostworm's animations to be alternate animations instead of just Frostworm animations. Now, this will take a second here, but you see I got all these animations. These are all the Frostworm's animations, like that spell slam we saw. So if I click them one by one and I tell them to change their name, I can change each of their names to alternate, right? Like stand alternate and attack alternate, another stand alternate, and a walk alternate and a walk 2 alternate, and all that stuff, right? So I'm just making alternate anims out of all the Frostworm's animations. Now I'm going to click finish. Boom. There we go. I'm going to save this one as my custom model 3. Now I have Arthas that alternates into a Frostworm, assuming that's how the Matrix Eater works. Let's see. Arthas and a Frostworm. I have attack with Arthas, attack alternate with a Frostworm. See? So, as you can see here, spell and spell slam alternate is a Frostworm. So, in a very basic sense, the Matrix Eater's import gives you the ability to combine models, entirely combining all of their animations and all of their data of everything about them, and just stick the new model in on different animations. However, the reason its import is so complicated is that I intended it to also give you the ability to import the animations into the other animations, right? So if I have Arthas and I want to import a Frostworm, what if I want the Frostworm to be on top of Arthas instead of this invisible and exotic animations? What if I don't want the Frostworm's animations as separate files? I want them inside of Arthas's animations. Well, there's a button for that too. We have this timescale into pre-existing, and you can click that for each of the Frostworm's animations. Now, as you click that on all of these, you also are going to want to click through them a second time. Make sure there aren't any animations left on this list. So like attack, here's the Frostworm's attack. We're going to wrap it on both Arthas's. So the right here, these are Arthas's animations. The left is the Frostworm's animations. And I'm telling it what it's going to make the Frostworm animations into, right? So I'm going to say put it in, stands are all going to go into stands. A spell can go into spell. There's another stand. Frostworm doesn't really have any good animation for dissipate, so I'll just give that stand too, right? Or just stand, right? So I've clicked stand, and I'm doing a control click to select multiples on this list. Now let's try clicking finish. Finish. Alright, now for the added effect here, I'm going to click the, first of all hidden, hiding everything in this model. I also did show pivot points. I'm going to show pivot point object, actually let's not show object names, and let's only show parents of active geosets. Now you see nothing. I'm going to gradually bring the Frostworm back into visibility here and editability. And then I think that one's an Arthas geoset. So now you can see I have only the Frostworm displayed. I'm still in the model that contains both Arthas and the Frostworm. But I'm going to move the Frostworm up into the air. Now if I save this model, my custom model, model 3. Oh, that already exists. Alright, my custom model 4. And then I open it. Now I have Arthas with a Frostworm. But the Frostworm is inside of Arthas, right? When Arthas does his animations, the Frostworm does its animations over him, right? So my point here, even though I haven't taught you everything about the Matrix Eater's import, is to fundamentally get you thinking about what you could do with a Matrix Eater import. Because you can put one model into another model and have both of them animate, or have only one of them animate sometimes and the other animate sometimes. And if you noticed, I was clicking each animation individually to set that data, so conceivably, you could do some things with some animations and other things with other animations. The goal of the Matrix Eater's import is to give you the ability to do anything you want to do, regardless of how complicated it is, and that's why it has so many buttons.